Hello again. Today I've got a couple of band ideas for you if you have the Fenix 3HR, Fenix 5X or the Fenix 6X or 6X Pro or Solar. This is the band I showed you before. This is the titanium band. It's got the nice Garmin etching on the side, on the buckle. I'll show you that pink thing another time. And I've got a couple of bands for those of you who don't want to spend that sort of money on the titanium band, because I know a lot of you have still got the 3HR and the Fenix 5X. So let's have a look at this one. It comes with a couple of screwdrivers. Now this one I picked up from a shop in Vietnam called Lazada. I think they have Lazada in the Philippines and other countries as well. Singapore has it. Now this one's stainless steel. It's got a slate grey colour, it was advertised as, and it's got a line going all the way through the middle, which I thought looked quite nice. Butterfly clasp hidden, and it's very similar to the stainless steel band I had with the 3HR, the Garmin band, but this is a third party aftermarket one. The quality looks okay. It looks like it'll need quite a few things taking out, quite a few links, but it's got a half decent looking release mechanism on the back. Alright, let's get some of this plastic off and then I can show it to you a bit better. Always tricky. Right, let's have a look at this other one first, and then I'll take the plastics off and just look at them all together. Now this is also a stainless steel one. This was from Amazon in the UK. I had to wait for it to ship, so it took a little bit longer than I expected. But this is a copy of the one I showed you before. It's very much similar to the titanium one that I've got on my 6X. Very, very similar style. The same clasp with the double deployment, the same as this one, but it doesn't have Garmin and it's a little bit smaller, but very, very similar looking to the original. A homage, I think they call it, rather than a fake copy. But it's stainless steel, a little bit darker. I'd say this is a slight bit more black than the titanium, but the titanium is a different colour to stainless steel, so it's very difficult to get the same colour. But the buckle is very similar, as you can see here, and overall it looks quite a good copy. Quite a good, yeah, it looks alright. It doesn't look cheaply made or anything. It has the exact same way of changing the links. That feels okay, and made of metal. You have to be careful, some of them have plastic, and I wouldn't trust a metal band with a plastic clasp, because they're much more likely to break and fall off and you end up dropping your watch. These bands I buy in so that I can make videos like this, so to help people out. I probably use them, but I don't need to. I've got the genuine bands. Right, so I've took the links out. They were much easier to size, I must say. They were much easier to size than the original Garmin ones. The Garmin pins are much harder to get out. These ones I just pushed out with the normal SIM ejector tool, and I had to take out 4 links in one and 3 links in the other, making them so that they're about the right size. That's what happened to the pin tool on the Garmin strap that I changed before, but this one was much easier. You just watch to see where the arrows point. See the arrows pointing downwards, so you put the pin ejector tool in the top, like that, and then just push it down and it will pop out. Nice and easy. The Garmin bands, very difficult to get out, but these ones, as you can see, and then you can just push it back like that. Nice and simple. So overall, the quality of the bands, very nice, and I'll just show them as they clip on. Now this one was about £30, I believe, from Lazada in Vietnam, and the other one was about £30 from Amazon in UK. Okay, let's clip them on. Okay, there we go. They're a bit harder to put on than the silicone ones. Right, so overall it looks nice. It's a nice colour match to the bezel. I'd call this more of a slate grey than the DLC carbon, but it does match nicely with the original bezel on the 3HR, and overall it's quite a nice looking strap. The butterfly works well, and it allows you plenty of room to be able to get your hand through, and overall it looks quite nice. I'll just put it on the wrist so you can see it. There we go. Let me know in the comments what you think to these bands, and if you want to see any other bands, let me know and I'll see if I can get them in. But this one is quite pleasing. Yeah, it was a good cheap price, and I think those of you who buy it will be happy with it. It looks nice enough. Okay, let's take that one off and I'll show you the other one. Right, with this one again, make sure that you have it the right way round. So you need it so it does up to the bottom of the watch, so the 6 o'clock position, just there. If you put it on that way, then it makes it easier to put on and off, and it's less likely to come undone. Right, so this one's very, very similar. It looks a lot like the one that I got last time for the 6X. And as one of my viewers noticed, the 6X one is actually from the Fenix 5X Pro from last year. I didn't like the 6X Pro version in titanium because the link pattern was different and I didn't like that much. So there we go. Now this one has a little bit more of a shine to it because the titanium's a bit flat, a bit flatter looking than the stainless steel. But there they are together. Very similar looking, and it dresses up the watch nicely. And again, for the price it costs, it's a nice looking band. For those of you who don't want to spend £200 or more for a titanium one, this is definitely a good choice. The colours match quite well. You even have the same sort of patterns in it. The only difference is you don't have the Garmin triangle, and it doesn't have the Garmin name on the back, of course. But they do look very, very similar. Slight difference in the colour, but the colour is pretty close. I'd say probably 90% the same. So those of you who are very fussy, maybe you wouldn't like it, but for me I think it would be probably perfectly acceptable. Right, I'm just going to get the scale and then we'll weigh these and see what the difference is. I'll show you the difference in weight between the titanium and the stainless. It should be about half, because titanium's about half the weight or 50% less than the stainless steel. So let's have a look. I'll weigh the watches first. So the Fenix 6X 67 grams, the Fenix 3HR 63 grams, so slightly less, and then the straps themselves. Right, so the genuine Garmin titanium 78 grams, and the stainless steel 114 or 115 grams. Right, so the 6X and the titanium, and then the 3HR and the stainless. So there we go. So definitely a good difference in weight, and I'll see you next time.